Hello, my legion. Usually I do shout out videos for, yeah, forgive me. I just woke up. I get my eyes are bugging me. Especially in the sun and stuff like that. I stay up late last night. They had the final episode of The Office on, which was really good. I like that show. Steve Carell came back, but he really didn't have much of a speaking role in that one. But that was really good. If you like The Office, they had like a 1 hour retrospective of it, and then they had the final episode. It was really good. Uh, when I, Before I get on with the video, I keep forgetting to mention this. Uh, in my one video, Breakfast in the Break Room, I showed this one little thing, this little strip that this on the bulletin board from a comic book called the Argyle Sweater. And basically, what this is like a takeoff on the Far Side, Gary Larson's Far Side. Now, the guy who does this, Scott Hilburn, and this is dated 2009. Scott Hilburn, distributed by Universal Press Syndicate. And it's pretty much a takeoff the Far Side, the classic kind of the Far Side from Gary Larson, which is really funny. And this one is pretty funny, but not quite as funny as the Far Side. And there's this one girl named what's her name? I can't remember her name. She comes in and she does not acknowledge anybody. She only talks to office people and just a couple of her boss. She will not come in and say hi to anybody. And she just, what I call is range walks, which is something in the military. If you're up and down range, it's like power walking, but except you take double strides and you go as fast as humanly possible, not run. It's a very serious walk back and forth, and that's what she did, pretty much back and forth. She would not say hi to any of the workers there. I don't know if she thinks she's better than everybody else or anything, but I don't know. I used to always try to say hi to her. She always ignored me and stuff like that, so I just stopped. She got what she wanted. She didn't want anyone to say hi to her. No one does now. So, well, anyways, the one thing I was surprised that she did was she'd take every so often she'd make copies of the Argyle Sweater and put up on bulletin board. That's what that one little thing in that Breakfast in the Break Room video I did. It said like that Fat Landis thing. That was one of those, which wasn't too bad, but I got the better one. This is actually the favorite one, my favorite one that they put up there, and also the first one that was put up by her. I was shocked that she did this though, but I guess she did, and I wanted to share with you because I keep forgetting to put it in the video because it was on the side of my refrigerator for a long time. I keep forgetting to do it because it is from a few years back. I'm gonna cover the bottom part, right? Now you all remember the movie Silence of the Lambs, right? Well, this is kind of like a little spin-off of it. Okay. Put this up here. I get the picture real good. There we go. See, you see that character that's supposed to be like Hannibal Lecter. It says, and the little lady says, "Now we'll take off the mask if you promise not to sing." And at the bottom it says, Hannibal, Montana. That's pretty funny. It's outdated now because Hannah Montana has been on there. And I'm shocked that Miley Cyrus is #1 on Maxim's Hot 100. I mean, because I hated Hannah Montana. I mean, she's okay now with the short hair, but she'd be like Jennifer Love Hewitt. I mean, I'm in love with Jennifer Love Hewitt. I'm not really in love with Miley Cyrus. Some guys might not agree with me, but Jennifer Love Hewitt's hotter than Miley Cyrus. Come on, I think she just was lucky her dad was famous and he got her in that Hannah Montana thing. I hated Hannah Montana. Whenever that show came out, that was a big downward spiral for the Disney Channel because now it's all these horrible shows like Zack and Cody and That's So Raven. At least at nighttime on the old thing, they used to have like more things for smarter adults and stuff like that. Like they had classic Disney programming where they have like the old movies and stuff like. At least there was something hipper than what it is now. It's all a bunch of garbage, The very seldom does Disney Channel have anything good on now, except on demand. They have on $2.99, which is free movie pass on your Time Warner cable. They have a Disney section right there with films and 2 shorts. That's cool. I don't mind that, but just that Hannah Montana, Zack and Cody, That's So Raven. I hate that stuff. Well, anyways. Of course, I get, I go on talk like usual. I usually do traditional shout out videos to my subscribers and some cool people out there. The one thing I haven't done is I wanted to do a shout out video to cool people at work who've either been real kind or helped me out and stuff like that. And I always try to be nice to everybody, and I always try to help people out when I can also. And I was going around asking if they want to be mentioned, and some people are like, "Do not mention my name on camera. I do not want to be on the video." Like, Jesus Christ, all right, I won't. But these are cooler people who want to be mentioned on. I mean, I'm just doing first names. I'm just gonna run them off, okay? Shout out goes to these are all cool people from work. Shout out goes to Chris, Jeannie, Missy, Lori, Santino, Mike, Tina, Tracy, Matt, Jerry, Robert, Eric, and all. This one girl named Tanya. I asked her. I said, "This is for cool people at work." She's like, "You think I'm cool?" I was like, "Hell yeah, you're cool." And I think if she watches, I think I'll bring a smile to her face. And someone say thinks she's cool. She is cool, you know. And who else? Sarah, who was Asian girl that worked there. She no longer works there. She's retired. Sarah and Sarah's mom. Some people haven't been there in a while. Tammy, who in November dislocated her shoulder and was out on workman's comp for a while. She came back 2 or 3 weeks ago. She works across the street in printing now. She's not molding right now where I'm at, you know. Don, Aaron. Now Aaron was Don's son, and he came back. He came from Missouri to work down here. He doesn't work in Lesko's anymore. And I was told from Don he might be going back to Missouri. I don't know if he is or not. But he was telling me where he's from in Missouri is a high rate of crime. Too many hot peppers. It was a high rate of crime down there. So I'm surprised he's going back to Missouri, but he is. Because he lives in a bad part of Missouri. Let's see who else. Joe was really cool. And there was a girl named Haley there who worked there for about 2 weeks before she got fired. She was a stripper. And I'll never forget her. Because she used to come to work in real skimpy outfits, and she was always told to cover up. But then whenever I was the only one that she really talked to or hung around with, and she was always showing herself off to me and stuff like that. So she hasn't worked in like 3 or 4 years. I still remember her. It's tough not to, being a guy and stuff like that, But she showed herself off to me, and she's told to bundle up. She went and then she'd come over and she'd pray like that in front of me and stuff like that. It was awesome. And I was the only one she really talked to or hung around with, so that's cool, man. Too bad I didn't have my YouTube channel right there. I would have told her about it, and she could have checked out my cool videos. But that's just the way things go, Who else? Joe, if I didn't mention him before, he's a cool guy. Rose, some other cool secretaries that aren't there no more. Cindy, who's an awesome person, and Caitlin. And then they have some. They do things where they rescue. Well, also Jerry, Robert, and Eric. If I didn't mention them, and Tracy, Missy, and Lori, Santino, Mike, Tina, and Craig. Craig likes movies like Frontiers. Anyone who hasn't seen Frontiers, see it. It's an awesome, awesome movie if you like horror films. Frontiers is awesome. They made a Frontiers 2. I have not seen that. And it really didn't need a sequel, but it might be a cool sequel. I don't know. I haven't seen it. It's a French film with subtitles and stuff like that, but it's awesome. And then Rose, of course. I might have mentioned some of these people a second time, but I just want to make sure I got everybody. I took my notes. Okay, there you can see them now. And then what they do, Luke also, and what they do is one of the bosses has like a charity where they rescue dogs and also kitties too. And they had some rescue dogs at work. One was Boo Boo, a nice beagle, loved me. She loved me. And unfortunately, she got hit by a car and she passed away about a year or 2 ago. And they got 2 other dogs, Macy and Molly. and they love me. Now, Macy, when she first started out, Macy was real apprehensive because I'm not in the office that much, and she would be growling at me and like that. And now she loves me. It just took a while for her to get used to me. She loves me, and I love her, and I love Molly too. I haven't seen Molly as much, but first time I saw Molly, she loved me. Those are some good dogs, And also a couple other people who don't work there no more. A guy named Vic, one of the nicest people I ever met. He's working at the railroad now because we have a railroad called the Bessemer Railroad that went out of business, even though the railroad is still active. There's traffic coming back and forth there. Sometimes we're not a hubbub of activity, but it does come through every so often. Apparently they got bought out by something called Canadian Freight or Canadian Train Service or something like that. They bought them out like 6 years ago, and my friend Vic said he worked there in the summertime, and then he said he's back there. He's working for the railroad, so I guess he's worked for the railroad all the live long day. You know what I mean? And then we had a guy named Kane who I don't know what the status is of him right now. He was working there till last Wednesday. He left around 2 o'clock, and apparently, unfortunately, like it's always bad news. His girlfriend and her father were on a motorcycle, and then they had an accident, and they were both wearing helmets, but they're in from last I heard, they're in a critical condition, and I assume he's not going to come back till everything's all right again. I don't know. I don't have an update on him. I don't know what's going on. I heard about this actually Monday, and he's the one neighbor, my one friend who's helped me out, and I don't know. It's always bad news, So I don't know. Hopefully hopefully his girlfriend and her dad's all right. That's the last I heard about it. I don't know. I haven't had an update on that. Well, anyways, I said I always do a toast. No, this is the pop I don't think I featured on here. You only get a good shot. Sundrop. This is Diet Sundrop. This is a great pop from Pepsi Corporation. It came out a few years back. It's delicious. The one thing that mystifies me is it's has one of those one that has orange juice in it too, but they never list vitamin C or anything like this. I don't think they're allowed to list nutrients on pop. But I want to give you guys a little toast. Get this cool sound. Sounds so cool on video. It really does. This is to all the cool people I work with who have done me a solid. And I try to get you guys back too. Yeah, Sundrop is fantastic, believe me. So until next time, take care, my legion. Write this down.